Hey everyone, my name is Amy Glenn, and I'm excited to chat with you about how to invite someone who has received a sample in the past. So what does this look like? What does it look like to re-engage with someone who's already had a sample? And what scenarios are we really talking about here? So one example is a person who just needs multiple touches. You're going to find that every share experience that you have will be different from the next. So you'll find that some people are so open and just ready to go, where other people, they just need more time. And that's okay. It's just part of the process. So here's an example of what that might look like for someone who just needs more time. So you're going to start by connecting. You always start with the connection piece. Hey, how are you? I'm having an essential oil class next week and would love for you to come. I've been thinking about you. I know you have a lot of questions, so I think that this class would be really great at answering them. We're going to cover what oils are, how to use them, and then we're going to highlight the top 10 oils that anyone would have in their home on a regular basis, or whatever class topic that you might have. Would you like to come? And that question is really important. That's the invitation right there. Everything else before that's the setup. Okay, so another scenario is where maybe just the timing didn't work out. Maybe you invited someone to past classes, but it just didn't work out with their schedule for whatever reason. So here's what that connection conversation would look like. So connect. Hey, how are you? You've been on my mind. I know you've been wanting to come to an essential oil class for a long time, but schedules have just been a bit crazy. I've had several requests for upcoming classes and would love to have you come to one. Here's my teaching schedule for the rest of the month. Would any of those work with your schedule? Okay, and then great. So we're going to cover, then tell them again what oils are, how to get them, and how to get them into your homes. And then we're going to highlight women's health and hormones, or whatever your class topic is, okay? Another way that this conversation could go down. Start with a connection. Hey, how are you? You've been on my mind. I know you've really been wanting to come to an essential oil class, but schedules just have been crazy. So how would you feel about setting up a time that works for just the two of us? And then I can give you a personalized class. What do you think? Okay, and then great, and then you can talk schedules, all right? So another scenario, maybe you have someone who you sampled in the past, but you've just fallen out of contact. Okay, every now and then conversations just die for whatever reason, and sometimes it's not anyone's fault. You know, maybe you shared with someone and you forgot to follow up. I've done that personally. We all do that. Or maybe they just didn't see your follow-up text or email in the conversation flow, or it's you. You know, it happens all the time, believe it or not. But the only way to know where things are is to reconnect with them. And then you'll know if they're ready to take the next step, whatever their next step might happen to be. So here's what that conversation flow could look like. Start with a connection. Hey, how are you? I've missed you. You've been on my mind lately. I know we were talking about using essential oils for whatever health issue, right? But I can't remember where we left off. Did you ever get your oils? Don't be embarrassed about asking that question. I've asked that question several times, actually. And you've got to ask it, otherwise you don't know, okay? Or another way this could go down. I'm so glad you loved your oils, your whatever oils, right? For whatever it was for. I meant to ask you, would you like to learn more? You know, if that's where you left off the conversation, just pick right up. And then you can let them know, I'm having a class this month and I think you'd really enjoy it because we're covering this issue for whatever it was that you sampled them for. Would you like to come? All right. And then great. And then you can talk, then you can give more information. Okay, so the last little nugget here, the last little piece that we're going to talk about is how to remind people about a class or an appointment. Okay, this last conversation piece is what you say, and I think the key to this going smoothly, like anything else, is to really make this interaction as personalized as possible. The other thing is that I really personally, I don't like to say, I just wanted to remind you. I think sometimes people can take offense to that. And I don't like to use that word remind because I like to assume that they're planning on coming. So it would look a little something like this. Hey, I'm so excited to see you on whatever day. I think you're really going to enjoy this class because we're going to cover immune support for your husband or whatever personalized thing, for an example. Okay, look, I'm so looking forward to seeing you. Okay, So the big takeaway from these conversation pieces is it's never too late to continue a conversation, all right? It never has to feel awkward if you stay focused on them and their needs.